This is the story of the prodigal son. A tale of mercy, forgiveness, and a love that never gives up, no matter how far we wander. There once lived a wealthy man with two sons. The older son was loyal and hardworking, but the younger one, he longed for freedom. One morning, the young man went to his father and said, "Father, give me my share of your inheritance. I want to go and live my own life." The father looked at his son with sadness in his eyes, yet love in his heart, and so he divided his wealth between his two sons. Days later, the younger son packed his bags, gathered his riches, and set out for a distant land. He dreamed of excitement, of adventure, of living without rules. And at first, life was everything he imagined. He spent freely, surrounded by laughter, parties, and new friends. The nights were full of dancing, music, and celebration. But soon, the money was gone. And when the money disappeared, so did the friends. Then came a famine. The land grew dry. The markets were empty. The young man found himself alone, hungry, and without a home. Desperate, he begged for work. He was sent to feed pigs in the fields, animals his people considered unclean. There he sat, covered in dirt, watching pigs eat better than he did. Then one morning, he came to his senses. He whispered to himself, "How many of my father's servants have food to spare, while I'm dying of hunger here?" Tears filled his eyes. "I'll go back home. I'll say, 'Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I'm no longer worthy to be called your son.'" And so he began the long walk home, weak, barefoot, and ashamed. But while he was still a long way off, his father saw him. The old man ran faster than he ever had before. He threw his arms around his son and held him tightly. The young man began to speak. "Father, I have sinned. I'm not worthy." But the father interrupted, crying with joy, "Quick, bring the finest robe. Put a ring on his finger. Prepare a feast, for my son who was lost has now been found." Laughter filled the house once again. Music played, food was served, and the father's heart was full. But outside, the older brother stood in anger. He had worked all his life, obeyed every rule, yet no celebration had ever been thrown for him. The father came out to him and said gently, "My son, you are always with me, and everything I have is yours. But we must rejoice, for your brother was dead and is alive again. He was lost, and now he is found." And so, the story reminds us of something timeless. No matter how far we wander, no matter how broken we become, the Father's love is always waiting to forgive, to embrace, and to welcome us home. Like, share, and subscribe for more inspirational videos.